Now, this is a political shocker. After Jayant Sinha, now another Union Minister, Giriraj Singh, has raised a storm after visiting the members from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal who were lodged in a prison in Nevada, his parliamentary constituency. Union Minister Jayant Sinha then triggered a massive political storm when he met with the 8 convicts as well after they had been granted bail by Jharkhand High Court in a lynching case. Take a look at this report.
Shocker from 2 union ministers. First Jayant Sinha and now Giriraj Singh. Meeting the men accused of triggering riots in a Bihar jail and lashing out at CM Nitish Kumar, calling him anti-Hindu. Ahead of the biggest poll battle next year, touching the communal nerve. His optics for all to see.
यही मेरी व्यवस्था है। मेरी व्यवस्था यही है कि यहाँ के हिंदुओं ने सामाजिक सौहार्द बनाने में कौन सी भूमिका निभाया। ये कौन सा पहाड़ टूटा था, ये कौन सी रणनीति थी।
With tears in his eyes, a usually firebrand Giriraj clearly hit 2 birds with a single stone.
स्वतंत्र भारत में कोई इस हथियार को अगर अपनाएगा कि लोगों को क्रूरता पूर्वक हिंदुओं को दबाने से सामाजिक सौहार्द बनेगा क्या? हिंदू को छोड़ करके सर्वधर्म संभाव होगा?
The opposition JDU quickly hit back, asking the minister to shun dramatics.
इतना मैं जरूर कहता हूं, 13 साल से नीतीश कुमार का राज है बिहार। उसमें चाहे वो हिंदू हो, चाहे मुसलमान हो, चाहे जो भी हो, सारे लोग सुरक्षित हैं। ये राज्य पहले भी बोलते रहते हैं, उसको अब उतना सीरियसली उसको मत भी बनाइए, इतना मैं कह सकता हूं।
The opposition RJD also slammed Giriraj.
केंद्रीय मंत्री गिरिराज सिंह अपने विभाग में कार्यों के लिए नहीं जाने जाते हैं, न राज्य के स्तर पर न देश के स्तर पर। मेरा मानना है कि गिरिराज सिंह जैसे लोग राज्य और देश की एकता और अखंडता के लिए स्वयं एक खतरा है।
Giriraj Singh, however, remained unfazed.
मैं 200% कह रहा हूं, ये सेकुलरिज्म की नई परिभाषा रची जा रही है। हिंदू को टारगेट करो तभी कॉम्युनल हार्मोनी ठीक होगा। जब भी कोई ऐसी घटना घटेगी, मैं संवैधानिक तरीके से गया था, संवैधानिक तरीके से जाऊंगा।
Giriraj's comments come after his cabinet colleague Jayant Sinha also kicked a political storm. At a time when the central government is claiming that it's taking steps to control the rising cases of mob lynchings across the country, Sinha met with 8 convicts in a Jharkhand lynching case. Not only did he meet them, Sinha also felicitated them with garlands at his residence. And when asked why he did so, this was the Mantri's defense.
रिहा हुए इन्हें जब बेल मिला तो वो हमारे घर आए, मैंने उनको शुभकामनाएं दी और जो आगे न्याय की प्रक्रिया है वो चलेगी और उसे चलने दीजिए। जो दोषी हैं उन्हें सजा मिलेगी, जो निर्दोष हैं उन्हें रिहा कर दिया जाएगा।
The opposition slammed both Giriraj and Sinha for their controversial comments.
चाहे जयंत सिन्हा जी हों, वो केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री हैं, चाहे सिंह साहब वो भी केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री है। जिस पार्टी के तरफ से वो केंद्रीय मंत्री हैं, उस पार्टी की बुनियादी घृणा, भेदभाव, नफरत और हिंसा पर आधारित है।
This is one of the most shameful things happening in the post-independent India, where a government minister is going to honor all those people who are involved in lynching.
As 2 Modi mantris remain in a soup for openly backing alleged rioters and honoring lynching accused, doubts are being cast on the centre's claim to take steps against mob lynchings. With Rohit Singh in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, in fact, this next report can be a big blow to the Congress party. A former member of its social media team has now accused a senior of repeated physical harassment. This alleged victim has now spoken exclusively to India Today, saying that when she had complained to Congress social media head Divya Spandana, she dismissed her allegations instead and blamed her for her weak performance. The alleged victim has now filed a police complaint and has also written to party chief Rahul Gandhi. The woman formerly worked with the Congress for less than 3 months. Remember, these are primarily her claims, and the Congress also seems to have given a clarification.
I'm now joined by a former Congress social media employee who is now a victim of a sexual harassment. She had the courage and she made a complaint. Today she's agreed to speak to India Today. Thank you for talking to us. First, I know it is a very sensitive issue. I will like you to tell our viewers what really happened that, you had to go out and complain and, complain against the person concerned.
I have worked with several people in the Congress, several of them being men, and I never found them misbehaving with me. And Chirag's behavior stood in sharp contrast to theirs. His misbehavior, and it was a targeted abuse, and this is why I decided to report it.
What really, even if you can elaborate a bit, what kind of, suddenly what really changed in his behavioral pattern that you were uncomfortable, or, what really he's done so that it made you feel, no, this is not you, what you'll accept?
Now, being a woman yourself, how would you feel if a male colleague sat in front of you pointing his shoes towards you on a table? It would make you feel disgusting, right? And secondly, he would touch me inappropriately. He would constantly interfere with my personal space, which is coming too close for comfort, which was disgusting. And this happened frequently. And also, he would, like I have stated already in my complaint, all the details have been stated by me in the complaint, and this all made me very uncomfortable, and I was psychologically disturbed.
Also, now that you've mentioned the proximity really made you feel disgusting, you were not comfortable with, did you make this complaint to the person concerned there, to the head there? Did you take a step within the organization first?
I did make a verbal complaint, but there was no committee as such in the organization to which I could have written my ordeal in detail. I did write to the grievance redressal cell chairperson, but no such committee existed in our department.
Okay. Did you try and take this complaint to any of the leader, or for that matter to the president of the party or any other leader of the party who would probably, taken a strict step or a strict action against this?
I wrote to the Congress president, but he is yet to acknowledge the receipt of my email.
So there was no response from the president or anyone?
No, there was no response as such.
Moving on, in yet another shooting incident in America, a 26-year-old Indian techie from the state of Telangana was shot dead by a robber inside a restaurant in the Kansas City. The suspected killer has been caught on camera but still remains at large. Take a look at this tragic report.
Sharath a 26-year-old Indian techie, fatally shot inside a restaurant in United States. Sharath, who hailed from Warangal in Telangana, was shot in the back after he ran from a robber in US city of Kansas. The shocking incident occurred on Friday evening at 7. The man on the screen is suspected to be the killer of Sharath. The CCTV footage released by US cops show the suspect doing a recce inside the restaurant to identify his target. Kansas cops ruled out any hate crime angle after it emerged that the alleged shooter was in the store for robbery. A brilliant student, Sharath received full scholarship in prestigious University of Missouri to study computer science. He had gone to US in January this year. Shocked by the brutal murder, the family of the deceased have demanded arrest of the killer.
Our emotional request, humble request, and a complaint against the culprit. We request our embassy, Indian Embassy, and Minister of External Affairs to facilitate, Mr. Sharath Koppu to bring him back to, India, to Hyderabad, and allow his body to us.
Meanwhile, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj in a tweet said she spoke to the father of the slain techie and offered to facilitate US visa for a family member to bring back the body. Sharath is not the first Indian to be shot in Kansas. Last year in February, an Indian software engineer, Srinivas Kuchibotla, was shot dead in Kansas City. In the same year, Indian student Dharampreet Singh was killed by armed robbers in California. 2 days after the murder, the suspect is still at large. The Kansas cops have sought help from the public to nab the shooter. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, it is being hailed as a big success for rescue workers who have been trying to rescue the 13 people trapped in a Thailand cave. 4 of those 13, including the coach, have now been rescued from the cave and were rushed immediately to a nearby hospital. Reports are suggesting that all the 4 rescued footballers are in good health condition. The next phase of rescue operation will now be 10 hours from now as the oxygen level in the cave have depleted. The operation is being conducted, remember, by a group of 90 divers. 40 of them are from Thailand, while 50 others are from different nations.
ช่วงเวลาในการเดินทางนะคะเพราะว่าจุดที่ออกมาจากบริเวณถ้ำหลวงขุนแผนก็กราบเรียนพ่อแม่พี่น้องสื่อมวลชนทุกท่านนะครับแล้วก็พ่อแม่พี่น้องทางบ้านที่ให้กำลังใจพวกเรามาตลอดนะครับ16 วันแห่งการรอคอยนะครับวันนี้เราเห็นหน้าหมูป่าแล้วนะครับอย่างที่กราบเรียนพวกเราว่าวันนี้เป็นวันที่สมบูรณ์ที่สุดนะครับที่เราภาษาอังกฤษบอกว่า the best situation นะครับสถานการณ์ที่ดีที่สุดที่ผมบอกว่าเรื่องสภาพอากาศเรื่องสภาพร่างกายของเด็กนะครับแล้วก็เรื่องระดับน้ำในถ้ำที่เราสามารถบริหารจัดการน้ำได้อย่างดีตลอด 4-5 วันที่ผ่านมาแล้วเราก็ได้ปฏิบัติการกู้ภัยนะครับเหมือนที่ผมกล่าวเรียนพวกเราว่าภารกิจจริงๆมี3 ชิ้นนะฮะ1ก็คือค้นหาที่เราเสร็จสิ้นไปแล้ว2ก็คือการกู้ภัยและ3ก็คือการส่งกลับ
So how difficult was this rescue effort in Thailand? Now this is the graphic here on your screen which shows the rescue camp that has been set up for emergency facilities, and 4 kilometers away is that cave where those young footballers and the coach were stranded for 2 weeks. So of course all other options to rescue them were then struck off, and these divers decided to take this treacherous journey which included trek and climb, which included muddy water, zero visibility, and then they reached those young footballers. So what next? How did they manage to return? Look at this visual. One diver with an overhead lamp, of course, on his head, and with 2 tanks, air tanks, one of course on his back for his safety, but that red tank and a pipe attached for the young footballer. And the young footballer with a diving mask through which he's breathing, with the equipment as well. And there is a guide rope which the rescuer is using, which means for each young footballer, the rescuer will have to then take that journey again. This is a magnified closer visual to tell you precisely how they have made this miraculous escape. You can see one rescuer with the diving equipment and the attire. He has not only a headlamp, but of course the air tanks, one on his back and his hand. Attached to that is the boy, the young footballer, with the wetsuits that he's wearing. But notice that lamp along the escape route, the little lamps that have been put. We're talking about zero visibility, muddy, slushy waters, and that is why this arrangement has been played, and there's a guide rope through which they are taking each step as it comes. And of course the rescue divers carrying these 2 oxygen tanks, because that would be the saving grace for these young footballers and the journey that the brave rescuers are undertaking. So as rescue operations are presently halted for the time being due to bad weather, our associate editor Mausami Singh interacted with some of the volunteers and officers who are selflessly providing their services.
You can see many youngsters who have actually pitched in a big time. Day and night they're sitting and contributing, pitching in their own way and winning hearts of people across the world. If you are here covering or reporting, they make sure that you eat something. You can see all these items that are there for dinner today. There are fruits that you can spot there. And what all is there today? Until how long would you be there?
Now, be here. I start my shift at 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I will stay here until midnight.
Midnight. Many people have come to help, and it's made the difficulty less.
A lot of other, other officers from other department in Masai, they come to help here a lot. Yeah.
All right. Can you tell us what's for dinner? What all is there here?
I'm not sure what kind of this because I'm just here from 3 p.m. and this is like food with some chicken and pork with the rice, which is
and
local.
This is all for free?
Yes, all for free.
Are you all happy of the fact that the good news came in today because everybody has been waiting for long and 4 children have been taken out?
Yes, we are very happy because it's a long time and we concerned about the situation and it's just like the good news for us too. Yeah, we are happy.
Ever since 12 young footballers and their football coach went missing in Thailand, the world has had their eyes fixed on Thailand. The center of attraction have been the 12 boys, of course, who braved those tough conditions for 2 weeks. So how exactly did these young footballers spend this time inside the flooded cave? Watch this report.
Gushing waters, flooded caves. Difficulty in breathing. No food, no protection, and nowhere to go. It was an ordeal straight out of hell. But the 12 boys of Wild Boar soccer team and their coach never despaired. While the rescue teams found them nervous and frightened inside a 10-kilometer long cave, they soon regained their composure. After being discovered after days of search, the brave team kept the world hooked with their undaunted spirit. Wrapped in metallic foils, the group ate protein-packed meals, had medical checkup, and even practiced soccer. The youngsters were seen identifying themselves and sending their greetings to their family members and the public. The children also had words of encouragement for their anxious parents, maintaining constant vigil. One of the children, an 11-year-old, sent a moving letter to his parents in neat handwriting. Many parents couldn't control their tears seeing the brave kids. The children eventually took lessons in deep diving from the rescuers to make them comfortable during the risky evacuation bid. The never-say-die spirit of the youngsters was one of the moving forces for the Navy SEALs determined to rescue the team. With Mosmi Singh in Chiang Rai, Thailand, Bureau Report, India Today.
After 16 days of relentless efforts, 4 out of 12 young footballers have now been rescued from Thailand's Siang Cave. Now, the dangerous mission was carried out by specialist divers and Thai Navy SEAL officials. Take a look at this report of how these boys were rescued.
Heartening news after over 2 weeks from Thailand. Some good news from Chiang Rai, where young boys are fighting all odds. And the men at the heart of the mammoth task, squeezing through the narrow tunnel of the cave, are no less than supermen. Thai and foreign Navy SEALs entered the Tham Luang cave on Sunday morning.
从29号过来，基本上30号基本上都进去了。前面时间多一点，现在好快。
The divers went inside the cave despite challenges like depleting oxygen, strong muddy currents, and zero visibility. Depleting oxygen was also the reason why a former Thai Navy SEAL died on Friday.
a lot of it is just small crevices, and there's steep slopes that go up and down, and yeah, so
small crevices, steep slopes.
That goes up and down for kilometers, and also it's so dark in there, and the water's so murky, and the current that goes backwards, so it's everyone diving into the cave goes against the current, and that takes a lot more air. Yeah, so that's a big problem. And you have to
carry in supplies there.
Carry in supplies for the kids, yeah, when they have found them, and also parts of the cave you have to take off your tank, because the scuba diving tank is normally on your back, but this you have to take off your tank and go sideways with it.
In the long journey of rescuing the kids, the divers even carried heavy air tanks for the kids, which was used by the rescued kids to breathe while being escorted through the deep, dark, flooded tunnelway.
How they dove out with the kids was that someone was carrying the kid's tank, and the kid only had the mask on, so they weren't carrying their own tanks.
Because the tank is heavy. How much would it weigh, the tank?
I think out of water it's about 15 to 30 kilograms, but in water it's lighter than that, but it's also a big chunky metal.
Heavy. For 15 to 30 in water would also be a bit heavy for children.
Yeah, for children, and especially in tight spaces, it's very hard to maneuver the tank, which is metal.
But initial success came their way when the first of the kids emerged. But the task is still not done. Till the last of the soccer team, including the coach, are out of the harm's way. With Mosmi Singh in Chiang Rai, Bureau Report, India Today.
"16 days of anxious wait. Finally, the world has some good news.
Big breaking coming from Ground Zero, Tham Luang.
As divers extricate first of the stranded Thai kids.
I am so relieved as well, because we were praying that this would work. We had faith, and of course the SEAL team did it, so I'm very proud of everyone.
India Today kept you updated from Ground Zero. Thai rescue mission, an India Today exclusive.
Well, that is all I have for this bulletin, but keep watching India Today. Stay tuned. You can log on to indiatoday.in for further details. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.